Hey, Mrparka here to review a movie. I got this screener sent to me by the director, Frank Rowe. This movie's made in 1997, and I guess I would call it kind of a lost film. I don't really recall if it's ever. I don't think it's ever been released on DVD. I don't think it's been released on VHS. It may have been, but I haven't heard anyone talk about this film ever, to be honest. I just stumbled on it, hearing about it, and I contacted the director. He was in an internet movie database form saying if any reviewers wanted to see it, send him a message, and I did so. And I popped it in, and I must say it is a pretty wild and weird film, and it's different enough that it definitely deserves to be seen. And it is a Frank Henenlotter film, so I think a lot of horror fans will dig that aspect. If from 1990 to when Bad Biology, if Frankenhooker between Bad Biology, this film could have fit in Love God and been like the long lost Frank Henenlotter film, and I mean that as a compliment because I'm a big Henenlotter fan. But it also is different enough to stand as its own film, of course. It's a very, very bizarre film here. Basically, we have a bunch of mental institution people who are discharged because their funding's cut, and they send a bunch of them on the streets, including Will Keane, who plays Larue. He basically has a compulsive reading disorder type deal. That's how I'm going to say it. Anything he sees and reads, he has to destroy. So he's pretty crazy. It doesn't sound as bad as it actually is, but he definitely feels like there's something in his brain, you would say, and he's completely nuts. He ends up putting on these thick rimmed glasses to walk around so he can't see anything.
Kathleen. You saved my life. Thank you. Kathleen.
Terror is my name. Death is my breath. And my every step destroys the world forever.
Jesus, please end this man's suffering and open his heart, Lord. Help him accept your healing love.
I did it! My head hurts, but I'm okay now. No standing for this. No! I will not read! Excuse me, brother. I will not read! Don't walk. Don't walk. Don't walk.
There's other inmates, well, not inmates, but patients that were released as well. There's a lady who believes she's some sort of I want to say Hindu god, not Hindu god, but she's similar to that type of style. But she believes she's the god of procreation, creation, and death. And she sacrifices and kills people to a god. She paints herself up to look nuts. There's a kind of a Tourette's guy, all sorts of people. And, of course, the doctor's crazy as well. To add insanity to this, he actually is looking for some sort of parasitic creature from prehistoric times that was being sent to him but rather escaped. It is some sort of a parasite that goes inside people and makes them love gods, is what he calls them. It deforms them and expands their sexual organs and makes them these giant, weird, disgusting little goofy monsters. Look really silly but gross at the same time. So you see a lot of strange monsters walking around and stuff like that. So basically all these characters kind of mix in this little halfway house type area, and a bunch of weird crap happens. It's really sleazy in that Henenlotter sense, and it's really gross in the Henenlotter sense, and really sexual at the same time, and the monsters remind me of that. It is different, almost psychedelic at points like that, and really, really batshit crazy is a good way to say it. But it is a film that not many people made like that, and I think it deserves to be seen, and I think it's a really kind of a wild movie that I think a lot of people get a kick out of. This DVD also had the making of on there, which was kind of cool to see him do some of his artwork. kind of like building monsters in random places during a structural time and places that were abandoned and stuff at a period of time. But yeah, I think people will dig this. Also, there's a love interest, of course. Our lead kind of falls for this girl who lives in an apartment complex. She's a clean freak, as is her mother. She's mute. She's crazy. And also about Will Keen's character here is he is sexually repressed from the drugs. So after he stops taking the drugs, he's a little horny. So it's just all out perverted, sleazy, crazy mess, I guess you'd call it. But that is Frank Rowe's Love God. There'll be some clips in here. I'd check it out if you can. Maybe search for it, search for a release, or contact the director and see if there is going to be a release, if he's selling any copies or anything like that. But thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
I need $50, God damn it. God damn!